The Wealth Ritual. Attract money using your mind. As if written by Napoleon Hill. All achievements, all earned riches, have their beginning in an idea. If you are here, it's because something inside you believes you were meant for more. More prosperity. More freedom. A life where money no longer controls you, but flows to you, responds to you, obeys you. Let me be clear, wealth is never the result of luck. It is the result of thought, organized thought, backed by emotion, reinforced with faith, and applied through deliberate action. What I'm about to reveal is not superstition. It is a mental ritual, a symbolic act that speaks directly to the subconscious mind. Why? Because your subconscious, not your logic, is the gatekeeper to all riches. If you want to change your financial reality, you must first rewrite your mental patterns. This ritual is a tool, a powerful one. It will help you focus your intention, direct your emotional energy, and activate what I have always called the infinite intelligence. You will learn how to prepare your environment, focus your thoughts, write your desire, speak it aloud, and burn it into your consciousness. If you follow this process with conviction, not mere hope, but conviction, you will discover what millions never do. That money is a slave to the properly trained mind. Stay with me until the end. The final step I will reveal transforms this from a simple ritual into a generator of unstoppable financial attraction. Block 1. Cleansing your environment. Clear the physical, command the invisible. There is a principle in the universe that cannot be violated. The outer world reflects the inner world. Every thought you consistently hold, every emotion you allow to linger, and every belief you carry, whether conscious or unconscious, eventually manifests in your surroundings. If you live in clutter, chaos, and confusion, it is not merely a matter of poor organization. It is a symptom, a reflection of mental disorder. And in such conditions, wealth cannot grow. That is why every act of transformation must begin with cleansing. Not just of the mind, not just of emotion, but of your environment. The space where your mind operates, where your rituals take place, and where your subconscious gathers its cues. Let me be direct. You cannot command money while surrounded by disorder. Look at the greatest builders of wealth, whether they worked in silent studies, bustling boardrooms, or humble corners of their homes. One thing they all shared was a clear environment, deliberately arranged to support clear thinking and definite purpose. So we begin here. Clean your space. But do not clean it blindly, as a chore to be done. Clean it as an act of mental authority. Wipe away the dust as if you are removing mental fog. Remove trash and clutter as if you are eliminating limiting beliefs. Sweep, organize, and purify with the consciousness that you are declaring to your subconscious, "This is the new me. This is a temple of wealth." This is not mysticism. It is symbolism, and symbolism is the language of the subconscious mind. You may be asking, why should the position of objects, the scent in the air, or the arrangement of furniture have anything to do with attracting money? And here is the truth. Everything around you speaks to the unconscious part of your mind. The environment you're in either empowers or limits the beliefs you hold. Your mind takes cues from your surroundings. If you sit in chaos, you think chaotically. If your workspace is dark, messy, or neglected, your subconscious concludes that you are not ready. Not ready for responsibility, for abundance, for control. That is why we begin by asserting dominance over our environment. To train your mind to accept that wealth is order, and that you are now a person who moves, thinks, and lives in that order. Let's take this further. Step 1. Define the space of wealth. Designate a specific area in your home, however small, as your wealth space. This is the space where you will conduct your ritual. It might be a corner of your room, a desk, a table near a window, or even a shelf. But it must be intentional. Sacred space doesn't need to be grand. It needs to be respected. Clean this space thoroughly. Dust it. Wipe every surface. Remove objects that have no meaning or purpose. You are creating a mental cue, a place that tells your subconscious, here is where abundance begins. Step 2. Eliminate the noise of poverty. Look around your environment. Are there broken items? Things you've meant to fix but haven't? Expired items? Clothes you no longer wear? Stacks of paper you never read? These are not neutral, they are anchors to stagnation. You must understand, poverty has a smell, a shape, and a sound. If your environment is filled with reminders of failure, delay, and neglect, your subconscious absorbs these messages. Your mind says, I am surrounded by unfinished business. I am surrounded by lack. Every item you throw away is not a loss, it is a release. You are telling the invisible forces around you, I no longer tolerate poverty in my home or in my mind. Let go of anything that does not serve your highest vision of success. Do it ruthlessly. Do it with certainty. Step 3. Introduce symbols of wealth. Once you have removed what no longer serves you, you may introduce elements that support the new vibration you are calling in. Again, this is not superstition. It is programming. When you place a clean candle, a fresh flower, a beautiful object, or even a crisp $100 bill in your space, you are communicating to your subconscious, this is what matters now. This is the direction I'm moving toward. Your subconscious does not speak in words. It speaks in repetition, in image, in emotion, in ritual. That is why the wealthy surround themselves with beautiful, meaningful, empowering things, not merely for comfort, but because they understand that what you see, you become. Step 4. Purify the air, purify the mind. Scent is one of the fastest ways to access the subconscious. You may use incense, essential oils, or even the smoke of a burning sage or Palo Santo stick. As the smoke rises, as the aroma fills the room, imagine that every breath you take is charging your body with a new frequency of wealth. Say aloud, I breathe in abundance. I release limitation. My environment is a reflection of my prosperous mind. Speak it with emotion. Speak it with repetition. Your voice is the bridge between thought and manifestation. Step 5. Declare your space. Once the area is cleaned, cleared, and arranged, you must declare it. This is not mere theatrics. It is the law of definiteness of purpose in action. Stand in your space. Speak aloud with full energy. This space is sacred. This space is where I create my wealth. Nothing unworthy of my purpose is allowed here. From this space, I build riches in thought and riches in reality. You may repeat this declaration every time you begin your ritual, or simply as a morning practice. But every repetition reinforces the message. Let no one enter this space with negative words. Let no object be placed here without intention. It is your temple of prosperity, and the energy you allow here will reflect in your results. Now understand this. Money is not just a number, it is a vibration. And your environment either raises or lowers that vibration. When your space is clean, intentional, ordered, and beautiful, you are telling the universe and yourself, I am ready to receive. In my years of studying the habits of the most successful men and women of industry, I discovered that they all prepared before they acted. They arranged their spaces before they made their moves. They respected their time, their environment, and themselves. This is not optional. This is foundational. And now, I must say something you must never forget. If your mind is a garden, your environment is the sunlight. You may plant the best seeds, but without the proper light, they will wither. So ask yourself, is your space ready for wealth? Or is it still holding the dust of the past? You cannot attract what you do not prepare for. Clean your space. Honor it. Breathe in the new. Let go of the old. Declare your authority. And then, only then, move forward to the next phase, creating the altar of wealth. Because you have now proven to your subconscious, to the universe, and most importantly, to yourself, that you are not hoping for riches. You are preparing for them. Block 2. Preparing your altar of wealth. Build the stage where prosperity responds. Before any great performance, there is preparation. Before a building is raised, a foundation is laid. And before wealth is attracted, there must be a clear, physical declaration that you are ready to receive. In this block, we turn our attention to the creation of your altar of wealth. Not an altar in the religious sense, but in the psychological and symbolic sense. This altar is a stage, a place where you will communicate directly with your subconscious mind, and through it, with the universal intelligence that governs all riches. Now let us make one thing absolutely clear. The subconscious does not obey weak instructions. It does not respond to half-hearted intentions. It demands repetition, clarity, and symbolism. And the altar you are about to construct is a powerful symbol, one that tells your inner world, this is where wealth begins. We are not speaking here of magical thinking. We are speaking of mental programming through visual and emotional stimuli. Your altar will become the command center of your abundance mindset. And like any command center, it must be precise, purposeful, and powerful. Let us begin. Step 1. Choose a dedicated space. Do not skip this. Where you place your altar matters. It should be a space you can visit consistently, ideally daily. It must be accessible, peaceful, and free from distractions. This could be a small corner in your bedroom, a shelf in your office, or even a space near a window where natural light flows. What matters is not how large or luxurious the space is. What matters is how intentionally it is chosen and used. Once you choose this space, you must protect it. This is your sacred ground. No idle conversations here. No digital clutter. No chaos. Only clarity. Every time you sit or stand before your altar, your subconscious will begin to recognize the pattern. This is where we speak of wealth. This is where we act in alignment with prosperity. And that recognition is the first step toward reconditioning your inner world. Step 2. Select the core elements of the altar. There are 5 core items I recommend you place on your altar. Each serves a symbolic and psychological function. A green candle. The color green symbolizes growth, wealth, and expansion. The flame represents action, transformation, and the eternal nature of energy. When lit with purpose, the candle serves as a visual anchor for your intentions. A high-denomination bill. Choose the largest bill you can spare. This is not to be spent. This is your wealth totem, a symbol of what already exists in your life. You are not visualizing someday. You are affirming, money is already in my hands. Cinnamon or other fragrant spice. Cinnamon has long been associated with prosperity, not for mystical reasons, but because its aroma triggers the senses. The stronger the sensory experience, the deeper the memory it forms. Your subconscious will link the scent with the idea of money. A magnet or citron crystal. Use whichever is available. The magnet symbolizes attraction, the drawing power of your thoughts. Citron, known as the merchant stone, symbolizes abundance and clarity. These objects remind your subconscious that you are not chasing money, you are pulling it in. A written affirmation. Handwrite a clear, emotionally charged statement of your wealth intention. Not a wish, not a vague hope. A definite affirmation in the present tense. I am a magnet for wealth. Money flows to me freely, easily, and continuously. I am grateful for the abundance already in my life. Place each of these objects with care, as if arranging the tools of a master craftsman. Because in truth, that is what you are becoming, a craftsman of wealth. Step 3. Understand the power of arrangement. The subconscious mind not only observes what is present, it records how it is presented. A messy altar is as ineffective as a chaotic mind. Therefore, your altar must reflect the same order and precision you wish to experience in your finances. Place the candle at the center or top. This is your ignition point, where energy is activated. Place the bill beneath it as the foundation. To the left, place your magnet or crystal, symbol of attraction. To the right, place the cinnamon, symbol of expansion. In front of it all, lay your written affirmation. This is more than arrangement. This is visual alignment. Your mind will begin to associate this configuration with certainty, prosperity, and power. You are building a ritual architecture that programs your inner world through the eyes, the breath, and the hands. Step 4. Activate with intention. The altar itself is only potential. What gives it power is your presence, your voice, your emotion. Every time you approach the altar, do it with reverence, not in a religious sense, but in a mental sense. You are entering the control room of your subconscious. This is where you imprint instructions that will echo into action. Stand in front of it. Light the candle slowly. Inhale deeply. Allow the scent of cinnamon to fill your lungs. Hold the bill in your hands. Feel its texture. Imagine hundreds more like it flowing toward you. And then read your affirmation aloud. Not as a request, but as a declaration, a command, a message sent with feeling and certainty. Repeat it 3 times. Slowly, with pauses, with emotion. Because repetition with emotion is the formula by which autosuggestion reprograms the mind. Step 5. Protect the energy of the altar. Once you've built this sacred space, it is your responsibility to guard its energy. Do not let others touch it casually. Do not let clutter accumulate near it. Do not perform meaningless activities in its presence. This is a space of focus, of clarity, of intended vibration. Return to it daily, even if only for 2 minutes. Each visit strengthens the connection. Each repetition reinforces the belief. Each act of intention tells the subconscious, this matters. Wealth matters, and I am in control. Over time, you will begin to notice that the thoughts you think while standing before the altar carry more weight. They feel different. They move deeper. Why? Because you have trained your inner mind to associate this space with serious instruction. You've created a pathway of communication between your conscious goals and your unconscious powers. Step 6. Anchor new beliefs into the altar. As money begins to flow into your life, celebrate it at the altar. Place coins on it. Small gifts. Symbols of wins, no matter how small. Say aloud, this is evidence. This is momentum. This is proof that the system works. Each act of recognition deepens the association. You are not only attracting wealth, you are becoming a person who recognizes it, honors it, multiplies it. This altar is not a magic machine. It is a neural anchor, a sensory trigger, a visual cue, and most importantly, a place where the language of thought becomes real. Final thoughts for this block. The greatest tragedy in the pursuit of success is not that people aim too high and miss, but that they never build the structures that allow success to arrive. This altar is your structure. It is your message to your mind and to the universe that you are no longer passive. You are no longer waiting. You are no longer hoping. You are declaring, with physical action and emotional intent, I am ready for wealth. I expect it. I prepare for it. And I welcome it. Do not skip this. Do not take it lightly. Those who build wealth always prepare the stage for it. And this altar is your stage. Block 3. The Money Note. How to charge a bill with magnetic energy. Among all the objects you will place on your altar of wealth, none is more important, or more powerful, than the money note. It is, on the surface, just a piece of paper. Ink, fibers, security features. It is not magical. It does not breathe or speak. And yet, It holds power, not because of what it is physically, but because of what it represents: value, exchange, energy, and belief. The dollar bill, the euro, the yen, these are merely symbols. But symbols carry weight in the subconscious mind. They carry meaning. And meaning, when emotionally charged, becomes magnetic. In this block, we're going to take a single bill, a note of your local currency, and turn it into a powerful psychological and energetic magnet for wealth. You will not spend it. You will not give it away. You will transform it. This is not mysticism. This is mental engineering. And once you understand the process, you can repeat it, refine it, and expand it, until your very aura begins to radiate prosperity. Let us begin. Step 1. Choose your note with care. Do not grab the first crumpled bill from your wallet. Take time. Select it with intention. Ideally, choose the highest denomination you can spare and keep indefinitely. The bigger the bill, the stronger the emotional reaction it creates, and emotional reaction is what programs the subconscious. If you can only use a small bill, that's fine too. What matters most is the meaning you assign to it. You are about to elevate this bill from passive object to active anchor of wealth. Smooth it out. Clean it if necessary. Treat it like a sacred item, because from now on, it is. Step 2. Cleanse the bill symbolically. Before you charge it with energy, remove any stagnant imprint it may carry. This is not spiritual nonsense, it is symbolic psychology. You are resetting the emotional associations. Wave the bill over incense smoke or a candle flame for a few seconds, safely. This act tells your subconscious, this bill is now mine. Its story begins with me. You are clearing away the hands it passed through before, the debts it paid, the scarcity it may have once symbolized. Now you claim it. Step 3. Assign new meaning. Hold the bill in your hands and look at it, not as currency, but as a symbol of your new identity. Say aloud, this bill represents the wealth that flows easily into my life. It is the first of many. I honor it, respect it, and multiply it. You must feel it, not just say it. Emotion is the bridge between your intention and your subconscious mind. Without emotion, the words are empty. With emotion, they are commands. This moment must be sincere. If you laugh or feel silly, pause. Center yourself. Come back to purpose. Because if you cannot take your wealth seriously, no one else will, not even the universe. Step 4. Charge the note with cinnamon and breath. Now it's time to add sensory memory, to make the association stronger. Take a small pinch of cinnamon powder, a symbol of wealth and expansion, and gently rub it between your fingers. Now pass your fingertips over the surface of the bill. As you do this, say, this note is charged with abundance. I touch it, I bless it, I attract more. Then breathe on the bill, slowly, intentionally. 3 times. With each breath, imagine your energy, your desire, your belief sinking into the fibers of the note. You are not breathing air. You are transferring life. Now the bill is no longer a passive object. It is a charged sigil, a personal reminder, a programmed totem that carries your intention like a seed carries a forest. Step 5. Anchor the bill to a new mental loop. Here's where the real power begins. Place the bill in your wallet or in your altar, but never spend it. It is now your money magnet. But here's the secret. You must look at it daily. You must touch it regularly. And you must, each time, repeat a version of the following phrase. I always carry wealth with me. I attract money wherever I go. This note multiplies silently, constantly, powerfully. This phrase is not magic. It is a loop, a groove in your brain that grows deeper with every repetition. And here's what's even more important. Every time you look at this bill and don't spend it, you reinforce the belief that you already have money. You send a message to your brain that money is not fleeting, it is constant. That is a powerful belief to plant, because wealth begins with identity. Step 6. Emotionally rehearse receiving more. Hold the bill. Close your eyes. Imagine receiving more just like it. Don't imagine it falling from the sky. That's fantasy. Imagine it entering your account after a client pays you. Imagine it being handed to you in a business deal. Imagine it coming from your talent, your work, your decisions. And most importantly, feel the emotion of having it. Not wishing, not hoping, having. This practice is called emotional rehearsal, and it is one of the most effective ways to prepare your nervous system to accept new realities. Your body does not know the difference between an imagined experience and a real one, if the emotion is strong enough. So make it real. Make it detailed. Make it personal. You are conditioning yourself to receive what you once rejected, doubted, or feared. Step 7. Let it work silently. You don't need to carry this note in your hand every day. You don't need to tell others. You don't need to post it on social media. This note is for you and your subconscious. Leave it on your altar, or in your wallet, or in a special drawer where only you know it rests. But each time you return to it, return with reverence. Because now, this is no longer a dollar bill. It is your silent reminder that wealth is your natural state. That money is always present. That abundance follows you, not because of luck, but because you've trained your mind to expect it. Final thoughts for this block. Understand this. The greatest power of this ritual is not in the cinnamon, or the candle, or the cash. The power is in what these things help you do. Focus your energy. Engage your senses. Direct your emotion. Rewire your brain. And that is what few people ever master. They chase money, but they never master the one thing that truly attracts it, their own state of being. When you charge a bill with magnetic energy, you are not performing a trick. You are performing a transformation, a shift from scarcity to sufficiency, from anxiety to confidence, from wishing to commanding. And once that shift begins, the outer world will have no choice but to mirror the inner. This note is your anchor, your signal, your tool. Respect it. Use it. Return to it often. Because when the mind accepts that money is always present, it makes damn sure it always is. Block 4. The written word. Programming wealth through affirmation. Words are not merely sounds. They are instructions, commands to the mind, blueprints for reality. When spoken with conviction and written with clarity, words have the power to alter your beliefs, shift your behavior, and rewire your subconscious. In this block, we explore a principle that underlies all success: the conscious use of written affirmations to implant wealth-driven thought patterns deep into the fertile soil of the subconscious mind. I will be plain. If you do not write down your desire for wealth in clear, emotionally charged language, you are sabotaging your potential. A goal unwritten is a wish. A vision unspoken is a vapor. But a desire written, read, and repeated becomes law within your own mind. Now let's break this down not only in theory but in practice. Because the power of the written word must be activated by deliberate ritual, repeated action, and emotional intensity. Let us begin. Step 1. Understand the purpose of affirmation. Affirmations are not wishful thinking. They are not positive vibes. They are deliberate scripts, mental instructions, that train your mind to believe in and act toward a specific outcome. Every rich man or woman I've ever studied used affirmations, whether they realized it or not. Whether written as mission statements, personal creeds, or daily goals, they understood that the mind becomes what it constantly hears and sees. So when you write your affirmation, you are not lying to yourself. You are installing a new mental reality. And reality begins inside, long before it shows up outside. Step 2. Craft your wealth affirmation with precision. Take out a pen. Not a keyboard. not a phone. A pen. Writing by hand is not accidental. It's powerful. It slows the mind. It makes the thought physical. It connects the idea to your nervous system. You are translating vibration into movement, which is the beginning of manifestation. Your wealth affirmation must follow 4 principles. It must be present tense. Not, I will have money, but I am wealthy. The subconscious does not understand future tense. It only responds to now. It must be emotionally charged, not robotic, not flat. Include words that create feeling, freedom, joy, overflow, gratitude, peace. It must be specific. Vagueness creates vagueness. I want more money is weak. I earn $10,000 a month with ease doing what I love is strong. Even better, I am grateful to receive $10,000 this month through aligned, joyful service. It must feel true enough to repeat. If it feels like a lie, soften it slightly. I am becoming wealthier every day. I welcome money with confidence. I am ready for abundance. Truth creates resonance, and resonance builds belief. Now write your first draft. Step 3. Connect the affirmation to your vision. Once written, read your affirmation aloud. Slowly. With rhythm. With feeling. Not as a to-do list, but as a promise. A declaration. But don't stop there. Close your eyes and see it. If your affirmation says you earn $10,000 per month, see the bank notification. Feel your heart lift. See yourself transferring funds, paying your bills with ease, smiling as you tip generously or invest wisely. Your affirmation must not just pass through the lips. It must echo through your imagination. Because the subconscious accepts what it sees repeatedly, especially when linked to emotion. If you cannot see your affirmation, it won't stick. If you cannot feel it, it won't grow. Step 4. Set a time and ritual for repetition. Repetition is the mother of belief. Repetition is the mother of belief. Repetition is the mother of belief. You must read your affirmation at least twice daily. Once upon waking, once before sleep. Why those times? Because in those moments, your brain is in alpha and theta waves. More open, more suggestible, more absorbent. Your subconscious is listening without resistance. Stand in front of your altar. Light the candle if you wish. Hold the charged money note in your hand. And speak your affirmation slowly, with breath, with intensity. Example. I am a magnet for wealth. I feel money flowing to me. I see new opportunities daily. I act with confidence and clarity. I receive with gratitude. I multiply with wisdom. Repeat it 3 to 7 times. Not to rush, but to deepen the groove. To cut a new path in your brain. To install a new identity. This is how the average man becomes exceptional. Not by talent, by repetition. Step 5. Write it again daily. Yes, again. Once per day, take a fresh sheet of paper and write your affirmation again. Yes, every day. By hand. Not for volume, but for impression. Writing forces the brain to slow down and engage. The more you write your affirmation, the more familiar it becomes. And familiarity leads to acceptance. And acceptance leads to action without hesitation. Some of the world's greatest industrialists and leaders kept personal notebooks filled with the same phrase written over and over. Why? Not because they forgot it, but because they understood that success must be drilled deep. If you're not willing to do this, ask yourself, do I really want wealth, or do I just enjoy fantasizing about it? Winners commit. They repeat. They write. They command. Step 6. Combine with visualization and physiology. Words are powerful, but words plus imagery plus movement, that is unstoppable programming. While repeating or writing your affirmation, add motion. Walk around. Nod your head. Use your hands. Smile. Breathe deeper. Pulse your body. This activates your nervous system. It associates the affirmation with life, not boredom. And while doing this, visualize. See your life as if the affirmation were already true. Don't watch it from outside. Step into the movie. Be the actor. Smell the air. Feel the textures. Hear the sounds of wealth. Because the mind only holds on to what is vivid and felt. You are not reciting poetry. You are building identity. Step 7. Guard the affirmation from contradiction. You may do all of the above perfectly. But if the rest of your day is filled with self-doubt, sarcasm, and complaining, you are poisoning the seed. So guard your words. Never say, "I'm broke." Never say, "Money is hard." Never say, "I can't afford it." Even as a joke, your mind does not laugh. It listens. Speak with discipline. Even in casual conversation, frame things powerfully. "I'm working on growing my income." That's not a priority for me right now. "I'm expanding my wealth step by step." These phrases keep you in alignment. They protect the mental soil. If someone else mocks your affirmations or laughs at your vision, smile and walk away. Their disbelief has nothing to do with your destiny. Final thoughts for this block. There is a reason why every religion, every empire, and every business is built on words. Written words. Spoken words. Repeated words. Because words shape belief. Belief drives action. Action shapes reality. This is not a motivational trick. This is mechanical psychology. A system. A blueprint. And the results are measurable. When you write your wealth affirmation daily. When you read it aloud with fire. When you visualize it with clarity. When you protect your mind from contradiction. You begin to move, act, and decide like a wealthy person long before the money arrives. And that's the secret. You must become rich in your identity before you become rich in your account. The written word is your bridge, your tool, your sword. Use it well. Block 5. Lighting the fire. How to use flame to activate wealth energy. Fire has always been a symbol of transformation. Since the dawn of man, we have gathered around flames not only to survive, but to awaken something deeper within us. Fire represents light, heat, motion, and most importantly, change. And when it comes to the science of personal achievement, transformation is the key. You cannot become rich with the same thoughts, feelings, and energy that created lack. You must transform your identity, your vibration, your emotional state. That's why fire holds a sacred role in this ritual. Not as superstition, but as signal, as psychological ignition. In this block, you will learn how to use a simple green candle to represent and activate the fire of wealth within you. You will not just light a wick. You will light an intention, a command, a shift in consciousness. Because once the fire is lit with purpose, your subconscious begins to obey. Step 1. The symbolism behind the flame. Before we light anything, we must understand why this matters. Fire represents energy in motion. It takes fuel and transforms it. It consumes what is old and creates space for what is new. And it burns constantly, just like your desire for wealth must. When you light a candle during this ritual, you are making a visible, physical declaration to your subconscious mind. I am ready. I am focused. I am transforming lack into abundance. The color of the candle matters, too. Use green whenever possible. Why? Because color psychology teaches us that green is the frequency of growth, prosperity, and harmony. It connects to the energy of money, of expansion, of the heart. Even if you are skeptical, know this, Your subconscious is not. It speaks through symbolism, color, rhythm, emotion, and repetition. So we do not argue. We act with precision, knowing that each symbol becomes an instruction. Step 2. Prepare the space for ignition. You do not light the flame casually. You prepare. You create focus. You respect the act. Return to your wealth altar. Stand tall. Remove distractions. Silence your phone. Take 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes if needed. Hold the candle in both hands. Feel its weight. See it not as wax, but as potential, as fuel waiting for your intention. Say aloud, calmly but firmly, "This is the fire of wealth. As it burns, my old limitations are consumed. As it shines, my new wealth is revealed." This is the difference between those who live reactively and those who create reality on purpose. They speak with authority. They act with focus. Step 3. The ignition, light with emotion. Now, light the candle. Watch the flame come to life. Don't rush this moment. Let your eyes absorb the movement, the warmth, the flicker. This is no ordinary candle. This is the physical mirror of your inner desire. As you gaze at the flame, speak your affirmation aloud. The one you wrote. The one you have rehearsed. Speak it slowly. One phrase per breath. Example: money flows to me constantly. I am a magnet for abundance. I act with wisdom and receive with joy. This fire burns away my doubts. This fire ignites my wealth. Feel the words as you say them. Let the warmth of the flame reflect in your chest, your hands, your breath. You are now charging your mind with fire. Step 4. Use the flame to visualize your wealth. As the candle burns, begin to visualize your new financial reality, not as fantasy, but as memory of the future. See yourself waking up in a home that reflects your success. See the way you walk, confident, calm. See your calendar, full of purpose, not panic. See your bank account, steady, secure, overflowing. See your family, smiling, supported. See your investments, growing quietly in the background. See your giving, generous, joyful. Let the flame be your projector. What you see while the fire burns will be etched deeper into your subconscious than what you see in ordinary life. Because in this moment, your mind is alert, focused, symbolic. And that state of consciousness is the birthplace of transformation. Step 5. Anchor the transformation through emotion. Thought without emotion is powerless. So as you gaze into the flame and speak your affirmations, you must feel. Feel what it's like to be free. To never worry about money again. To walk into any room with peace. To pay with ease. To give without fear. To receive with gratitude. To invest with clarity. To live with financial certainty. Let the warmth of the flame awaken the warmth in your heart. And know this, what you feel in this moment is the signal you are sending to the universe. It is not your words that manifest, it is your vibration, and the fire helps raise it. You are not begging. You are not hoping. You are becoming. Step 6. Burn away limiting beliefs. The fire also has a second function, elimination. If you wish, take a separate piece of paper. Write down your limiting beliefs. Be honest. Be brutal. Examples: I always struggle with money. I don't deserve to be rich. Money causes stress. I'm afraid to succeed. What if I fail again? Now, fold the paper. Hold it near your chest. Take one breath for each sentence. Then, burn it in the flame. Watch it disappear. Say, I release these lies. I burn them. They no longer live in me. Let the smoke rise as a ritual of release. Let the fire consume your old identity, and let the flame remain as a torch of what is coming. You are no longer the person who carried those thoughts. You are becoming someone new. Step 7. End with certainty, not doubt. After 10 to 15 minutes of focused flame work, it's time to close. But you do not blow out the candle randomly. You close with declaration. Say this with power. As this flame burns, my wealth awakens. As it fades, my command remains. I am rich in mind. I am rich in energy. I am rich in action. So it is. Then pinch the flame to extinguish it. Never blow. Blowing scatters intention. Pinching ends it with control. Place the candle back on the altar with respect. Feel the shift in the room. And most importantly, feel the shift in you. You have just signaled to your subconscious and to the universal intelligence. I am no longer waiting. I am lighting the way. Final thoughts for this block. Fire in this ritual is not a tool of magic. It is a trigger, a mental switch, a signal to your brain and body that something new is now active, that you are no longer a passive observer in your financial life. You are a participant, a creator, a commander. Every time you light that flame, you light a part of yourself. And every time you extinguish it, you do so with the knowledge that something inside you is still burning, the decision to become wealthy. Remember, success is not built in one massive act. It is built in repeated declarations, emotionally charged rituals, and bold actions. The flame reminds you of this truth. So keep the candle close. Use it often. Let it guide you, not just in light, but in direction. Because once you learn to ignite wealth within you, nothing outside you can stop it from arriving. Block 6. The Visualization Session. Training your mind to live wealth before it arrives. Before any fortune was ever made, it existed first in the mind of a man or woman who dared to see it clearly. Before steel was forged, before cities were built, before fortunes were counted, they were imagined. What you can hold in your mind with clarity and emotion, you can hold in your hands with time and action. That is not theory. That is a law. And so we come to this, the session of visualization, the discipline of creating wealth internally so that it may manifest externally. This is not fantasy. This is not delusion. This is the work of serious builders, those who understand that the world responds not to need, nor to hope, but to vivid, emotional, repeated mental pictures. If you cannot see your success, you will never walk into it. If you cannot feel wealth before it arrives, you will not be able to hold it when it does. Let us now train your mind to accept, expect, and attract financial abundance. Step 1. The state of receptivity. The most powerful visualizations happen not when the mind is busy, but when it is calm, quiet, open. Sit in your wealth space. Light your candle. Breathe slowly, with rhythm. Close your eyes. Let the noise fade. Let the breath become your only focus for a moment. 3 breaths in. Hold. 3 breaths out. Feel the body drop into presence. Feel the mind soften. This is called alpha state, the gateway to the subconscious. You are no longer reacting. You are creating. This is the state from which all successful visualizations begin. Step 2. Build the financial scene. Now, with eyes still closed, begin to construct the movie of your wealthy life. Not a vague dream. A specific scene. Choose one. It might be checking your bank account and seeing $100,000. Signing a contract for a business deal. Walking into your dream home. Booking a luxury vacation for your family. Giving a generous donation to a cause you love. Pick one vivid moment. Make it the centerpiece. Now add detail. What are you wearing? What time of day is it? What does the air smell like? Who is with you? What sounds are in the background? What are you saying? What is being said to you? The more detail, the more real. The more real, the more powerful. Your subconscious cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality if the emotion is strong enough. So bring it to life. Step 3. Enter the scene first person. Do not see the scene as if you are watching a movie. See it as if you are in it through your own eyes. Look down and see your hands. Reach out and touch the steering wheel of your new car. Feel the texture of your clothing. Hold your phone and see the money hit your account. Listen to your spouse or friend saying, "You did it. I'm proud of you." Smile. Nod. Own it. This is not pretending. This is pre-experiencing. You are feeding your nervous system an experience it will begin to crave, believe in, and move toward. Step 4. Add emotional fuel. Now bring in the most important ingredient, emotion. Feel the pride. Feel the joy. Feel the peace of knowing you're financially secure. Feel the excitement of freedom. Feel the relief of your debts gone. Feel the power of being able to choose, give, invest. Say aloud, even in a whisper, "This is mine. I created this. I receive this fully." Let the smile form naturally. Let your chest rise. Let your fingers clench in quiet celebration. Emotion is electricity. It sends the image deeper. It tells your subconscious, this is not a daydream. This is happening. Step 5. Repeat the scene with variation. Now, rewind and replay the same scene, but change something slightly. Maybe this time you're in a different outfit. Maybe the amount in your account is higher. Maybe a different person congratulates you. Maybe you're writing a check to someone you love. Each time you alter the scene while holding the core emotion, you're reinforcing flexibility and richness in the neural pattern. It's no longer one fantasy. It's a range of possible realities, all leading to the same emotional outcome: wealth. Repetition plus variation plus emotion equals belief. And belief is what creates action. Step 6. Expand to lifestyle. Now let the one scene grow into a montage of moments. See yourself paying for groceries without looking at prices. See yourself checking into a 5-star hotel. See yourself investing in property. See yourself smiling during a business call. See yourself saying yes to opportunities you used to fear. See your kids or spouse laughing in a better home. See your calendar filled with meaningful, well-paid projects. Breathe it in. You are building emotional memory. And that memory, when felt repeatedly, becomes a standard. And when the mind has a new standard, it begins to reject anything below it. This is how the poor mindset dies. Not by logic, but by replacement. You replace it with a new emotional truth. Step 7. Speak as you visualize. As the scenes roll, speak phrases aloud that anchor the new identity. Examples. This is who I am. I was made for this. I attract success. Money flows to me. I move like a wealthy person. This is my new normal. Don't just think it, say it. Your voice sends vibration. Your ears hear it. Your brain records it. Your nervous system responds. And all of this brings the visualization out of the abstract and into the physical. Because wealth is not a theory. It is a felt reality before it becomes a financial one. Step 8. Return with purpose. When you're ready, slowly come out of the visualization. Do not jump to your phone. Do not check the news. Do not distract your brain. Instead, open your eyes slowly. Take a deep breath. Smile. And say, "Thank you. I have seen it. I believe it. I move toward it." Then write down one thing you can do today, that is in alignment with the wealth you just experienced. It might be making a sales call, starting a business plan, saving $50, cleaning your space, saying no to something unaligned, investing in your education. Because visualization without action is illusion, but visualization plus action is creation. You saw it. Now earn it. Final thoughts for this block. Understand this truth. The mind will never allow you to have what it cannot imagine you having. If you do not practice wealth mentally, you will sabotage it physically. If you cannot see it, you will not build it. If you cannot feel it, you will not keep it. That's why visualization is not a luxury. It is a discipline. Champions rehearse. Millionaires rehearse. The subconscious needs images as fuel. So give it the right ones. Every day. 10 minutes a day of high-quality, emotionally vivid, specific visualization is worth more than 10 hours of wishful thinking. You are not here to wish. You are here to train. And every session trains your inner world to create the outer world you desire. Keep the flame burning. Keep the image alive. Keep the identity expanding. Because what you see today in the mind, you will walk into tomorrow in the flesh. Block 7. Sealing the ritual. How to store and revisit the energy of wealth. No ritual is complete without a proper seal. No action becomes a habit without closure. And no transformation lasts without reinforcement. This block is about something most people ignore. What happens after the moment of visualization, after the fire has gone out, after the voice falls silent and the mind returns to daily life? You see, a ritual is not a magic trick. It is a pattern interrupter, a system of symbolic actions designed to speak directly to the subconscious mind. But once the ritual is over, your environment and old mental habits may try to pull you back into the vibration of lack, fear, or forgetfulness. To avoid that, you must learn the final step. How to seal the energy. How to store it. How to revisit it. This is the secret of permanence. This is the bridge between what you imagined and what becomes real. Let's now walk through the final layer of this system, the one that makes everything else stick. Step 1. The emotional anchor. Your subconscious remembers emotion more than action. After completing the visualization session and the candle ritual, you are in a heightened emotional state. This is the moment to create an anchor, a trigger that can bring that feeling back any time you need it. There are several ways to do this. Choose one and commit to it. Touch a part of your body, like your heart or your wrist, while saying, "This feeling of wealth is always within me." Hold your wealth note and whisper your affirmation one last time. Close your eyes and smile deliberately, breathing in the final image of your wealthy identity. Whatever you choose, do it with intensity. And repeat it every time you finish the ritual. With repetition, this physical gesture becomes a shortcut to the wealthy state. You'll be able to trigger it even on busy or stressful days. This is not fantasy. This is neuroconditioning. And the rich, consciously or not, do this all the time. Step 2. Store the tools with respect. Do not leave your candle half-burned and forgotten. Do not toss your wealth note into a junk drawer. Do not crumble your affirmation sheet. Remember, everything around you speaks to your subconscious. Disrespecting your ritual objects is like disrespecting your wealth itself. Here's how to store them. Place the wealth note in a gold or green envelope or in a dedicated space in your wallet. Never spend it. Never lend it. This note is now your financial magnet. Let it rest in quiet authority. Store the affirmation sheet in a clean folder or rewrite it in a dedicated wealth journal. Return to it weekly. Update as your goals evolve. Your candle, whether fully burned or still usable, should return to your altar, clean, centered, waiting for next use. Any ashes from burned limiting beliefs? Bury them or release them into flowing water. Let your subconscious see that the past has been put to rest. These are not silly tasks. They are signals, symbols of closure and commitment. What you treat with reverence will return that reverence. Step 3. The 24-hour echo. The energy you activated during the ritual does not vanish, it echoes. And the next 24 hours are the most critical for holding the vibration. Think of this time as sacred follow-through. You've told your mind and the universe, I am now wealthy in identity. Now you must behave accordingly. Here's how to maintain the frequency. Avoid complaining, especially about money. If you feel tempted to say, I can't afford this, replace it with, that's not my priority right now. Move slower. Breathe deeper. The wealthy move with deliberate calm. Imitate that energy. Your nervous system will notice. Give something, anything. Tip generously. Donate a few dollars. Pay a bill with gratitude. This locks in abundance. It says, I believe there's more coming. Speak your anchor phrase aloud before sleep. My wealth is growing, even when I'm not watching. The 24 hours after your ritual are a test, and a chance to prove your new identity. Pass this test, and the results will begin to compound. Step 4. Ritual frequency and rhythm. Some people perform a ritual once, and wait. The rich know better. The rich repeat. They return. They reinforce. You don't go to the gym once and expect a strong body. Likewise, you don't perform mental conditioning once and expect lifelong wealth. So, how often should you perform the full ritual? Once per week is ideal. Pick a day, perhaps Friday, day of Venus, abundance, or Sunday, symbol of solar power and new beginnings. Choose a consistent time, preferably morning or late evening when your mind is calm. Between rituals, maintain mini habits. Speak your affirmation once a day. Touch your anchor and recall the emotion. Glance at your wealth note. Visualize for 90 seconds before sleep. Think of it like watering a seed. Not too much. Not too little. Just enough to keep the roots growing. This rhythm will solidify the pattern into your subconscious. Step 5. Integrate wealth into daily identity. The final seal on any ritual is not symbolic, it is behavioral. If you've done everything right, but then live like the same struggling version of yourself, your subconscious will reject the new code. You must live the way you visualized. This doesn't mean pretending. It means aligning. Examples. Dress a little sharper, not to impress others, but to impress yourself. Wealthy people express self-respect in appearance. Make decisions faster. Wealth flows to those who trust themselves. Stop explaining your worth. The rich don't defend, they decide. Upgrade one small thing in your space, a pen, a wallet, a mug, and declare, this is my new standard. Track your income daily. Every dollar that comes in, celebrate it. These small adjustments send a message to your mind. This is who I am now. And when identity shifts, wealth becomes a magnet, not a chase. Step 6. Capture proof of wealth growth. Your mind thrives on evidence. So as you grow, track it. Open a Wealth Wins journal. Each time you receive unexpected money, a discount, a gift, a new client, write it down. Write the date, the amount, how it made you feel, what belief it reinforced. This builds a growing file of proof that your ritual is working. And when doubt creeps in, as it will, you open that journal and say, here are the receipts. Abundance is real. I'm living it. Tracking reinforces progress. Progress reinforces belief. Belief reinforces action. And action reinforces wealth. This is the cycle you now command. Step 7. Know when the ritual has become you. Eventually, you will notice something shift. You no longer need reminders. You carry the wealthy vibration all day. You act in alignment without forcing it. That's when the ritual has done its job. That's when the outer wealth begins to match the inner certainty. You've reprogrammed the root system. The fruit is now inevitable. In this moment, you no longer perform the ritual because you need it. You perform it because it feels good, because it amplifies who you already are. This is the true sign of mastery, and it is closer than you think. Final thoughts for this block. Many people start rituals. Few people seal them. They get high on the moment, and then return to fear, forgetfulness, and frustration. But you are not many people. You are building a life on purpose. And that means you don't just start strong. You end strong. You store the power. You keep the fire alive. Block 8. The Wealth Identity. Becoming the kind of person who attracts money naturally. You've performed the ritual. You've cleansed your space. You've lit the flame. You've written your affirmation. You've visualized the life you want. You've stored the energy and sealed the vibration. Now comes the final and most powerful step of all. You must become the kind of person who naturally attracts wealth, without forcing, without chasing, without desperation. Because wealth, like all things in life, flows where it feels welcomed. It flows where the energy is right, where the beliefs are aligned, where the identity matches the vibration of abundance. Most people never become rich not because they lack intelligence, talent, or ideas, but because they never change who they are on the inside. They keep performing new actions while operating from an old identity. And you cannot build a new life with the thoughts, habits, and beliefs of the old self. So here is your task. Become wealthy in your identity first. Then wealth in your life will follow like a shadow. Step 1. What is a wealth identity? A wealth identity is not about having money. It's about embodying the traits, habits, emotions, and values of a person who already lives in financial abundance. Let me be clear. You don't wait until you're rich to think like a wealthy person. You don't wait until the money comes to behave like someone who is free. You decide now. You train now. You shift now. That is the foundation of real transformation. Your identity is made up of 3 components. What you believe about yourself. What you expect from the world. How you respond to challenges. When these 3 elements match wealth, money starts to move toward you. People trust you. Opportunities find you. Ideas multiply. Resources expand. This is not magic. This is magnetic alignment. Step 2. The internal beliefs of a wealthy identity. You must now examine and rebuild your inner self-image. Here are the core beliefs of those who attract money with ease. I am capable of handling large sums of money. Money responds to my value, not my time. I always find a way to create income, no matter the economy. My success elevates others, not just myself. Money amplifies who I truly am. I am safe even when I invest. Risk is part of reward. Wealth is my natural state. Now ask yourself, which of these do I already believe? Which of these feel foreign or uncomfortable? Where there is discomfort, there is your work. Your identity must accept these beliefs not as affirmations, but as facts. This is where repetition, autosuggestion, and visualization meet mental rewiring. Do not wait for evidence to believe. Believe until evidence appears. Step 3. Emotional regulation equals wealth magnetism. Wealthy individuals are not emotionally perfect, but they have trained themselves to respond differently to pressure. Here's what I mean. When faced with a challenge, they pause, breathe, and respond, not react. When rejected, they do not collapse. They analyze, adjust, and move again. When afraid, they do not run. They use fear as a compass. You must become emotionally resilient, because big money brings big decisions, and if you cannot stay calm with $100, you will panic with $100,000. Practice this daily. In stress, slow your breath. In doubt, return to your affirmation. In chaos, clean your space, take control of something small. You are training your nervous system to remain wealthy no matter what. And the universe rewards those who can stay calm under wealth's weight. Step 4. Language of the wealth identity. Words are powerful, but your casual language reveals your identity more than your formal affirmations. Start listening to yourself. Do you say, "I can't afford that"? Replace with, "I choose not to invest in that right now." Do you say, "I'm terrible with money"? Replace with, "I'm learning to master money more every day." Do you say, "That's too expensive"? Replace with, "How can I increase my capacity to receive that"? Wealthy identity speaks with possibility, not limitation. With curiosity, not defeat. With direction, not confusion. From now on, speak as if money is always listening, because your subconscious always is. Step 5. Physical presence of the wealthy. Your body speaks louder than your bank account. Even before you have the money, you can start to carry yourself like someone who already does. This is not faking. It's preparation. You are training the body to feel familiar with success. Try this. Walk with your shoulders back, head up, breath slow. Make eye contact when speaking. Shake hands with intention. Sit without fidgeting. Speak slowly. Wealthy people own time. Upgrade the way you move through the world. Because you cannot receive more if you feel small. And posture is the language of confidence. The world reacts to how you carry yourself, before it reacts to what you carry in your wallet. Step 6. The wealthy person's habits. Wealthy identity isn't built in grand gestures. It's built in small, repeated behaviors. Here are daily habits that reinforce your wealthy self-image. Track your money, not with fear, but with clarity. Write goals every morning, even if they're the same. Read about money. 15 minutes a day is enough. Celebrate wins, even small ones. Reward behavior, not just results. Surround yourself with reminders of where you're going. Speak abundance daily, even if silently. Declutter your life. Wealth hates chaos. Most importantly, make decisions fast. Don't linger. Don't hesitate. Wealthy people trust themselves because they've trained themselves. You must do the same. Step 7. Who you no longer are. To step into the wealth identity, you must also decide who you are no longer willing to be. This is the line in the sand moment. Say it aloud. I am no longer the person who avoids responsibility. I am no longer the person who waits to be saved. I am no longer the person who hides their potential. I am no longer the person who spends without purpose. I am no longer the person who fears their own power. Draw that line. Cross it. Do not look back. Identity is not just built by what you start. It is fortified by what you refuse to return to. This is the moment you stop playing small. And your bank account will reflect it. Final thoughts for this block. You've done the ritual. You've lit the flame. You've spoken the words. You've visualized the life. You've sealed the energy. And now you must become it. This is the missing step in most teachings. They teach how to wish, how to act, how to attract, but very few teach how to embody. And embodiment is the secret code. Because when you become the kind of person who can hold wealth, use it wisely, and multiply it with peace, money comes, stays, and grows. So from this day forward, ask yourself, does this thought align with my wealthy identity? Does this action reflect the future I've chosen? Am I building a mind that matches the lifestyle I dream of? And if the answer is no, pause. Adjust. Return to the standard. Because wealth is not a destination. It is an identity. And identity is a choice, repeated until it becomes natural. You are not here to get rich by accident. You are here to become the person to whom wealth naturally flows. Now go live as that person. And the money will follow.